propelled Naugatuck to an undefeated season and a berth in the Class LL state playoffs. Now, a year later, the Greyhounds have a 2-3 record and are looking to right the ship. Coach Rob Plaskey's team returns Darryl White at quarterback. The junior is a threat to run and throw the football. Senior Anthony Pesolano is the go-to guy at tailback, and split end Matt Gomes represents an inviting target for White. The Wildcats have reeled off 5 straight wins after an opening season loss to Shelton. Seymour has its sights set on an NVL championship and a Class MM playoff berth. Quarterback Joe Deptula leads Coach Paul Sponheimer's team. Chris Hebert and Matt Tursky give the Cats additional experience and skill at the running back slots, and split end Matt Buteris has been outstanding over the first half of the season. From DeBarber Field in Seymour, it's Naugatuck against Seymour in a key Naugatuck Valley League matchup on Telemedia's High School Football Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. Ed Clemens, Buddy Chernovich from DeBarber Field in Seymour. Buddy, first of all, let's talk about the Naugatuck Greyhounds. When I had an opportunity to talk to second-year coach Rob Plaskey, I asked him about this team, and he told me that he sensed that his kids over the first few games of the season have been maybe looking over their shoulders. They're looking for that Pablo Covertier. They're looking for that Jesse Culbertson. By this time, they figured out those players have since graduated from Naugatuck High School. And they're going to have to have their own identity. We do start, when we talk about Naugatuck, with an excellent quarterback. He was their starting quarterback last year as a sophomore. I am referring to Darryl White. He's a good one. He can run and throw the football.
They got some good football players. Tonight will be a good night to start in that direction of establishing their own identity as they play Seymour, an outstanding football team, as we saw at the beginning of the year. But Coach Plaskey's talked about inconsistency in the first couple of games. They've been inconsistent. They've got to be consistent tonight. They've got to be able to move the football, and they've got to be able to stop Joe Deptula in that Seymour offense.
All right, now you mentioned Joe Deptula. One of the aspects of my conversation with Rob Plaskey, he talked about who he would have to stop in this Seymour offense, and of course that the first and foremost name is Joe Deptula. What an outstanding career he's had up here in Seymour. 3-year starting quarterback, also the starting safety, just a tremendous player, also a good kid.
He's a great kid, great student, great football player, an all-around individual. You'd love to have him on your football team. He's a leader, and he runs an offense that Bobby Kello has set up that gives you an awful lot of things to look at, an awful lot of problems. And for Naugatuck, they're going to have some problems tonight. And if they don't contain the Seymour offense, it could be a long night for the Greyhounds.
All right, and what could our viewers expect? And I think you might have just enumerated what they could expect.
Seymour is fun to watch. I love to watch them, especially on offense. They give you everything you want. Bobby Kello comes with things that you never think about. He forces you to prepare for an awful lot of things during that defensive week. The one thing for Naugatuck, they've had the extra week, so they've had some time, and they've seen Seymour an awful lot. They're going to have a lot to look at and a lot to prepare for.
And we'll be right back with Seymour Naugatuck football right after this. Hey, from the opening kickoff up here in Seymour at beautiful DeBarber Field. And before we have our opening kickoff, by the way, the Greyhounds will get the football. Seymour won the opening coin flip, and they have deferred to the second half. We'd like to welcome our viewers in the tri-state region on the Madison Square Garden Network. This is Madison Square Gardens High School Football Game of the Week. And Buddy, we mentioned in pregame the fact that Naugatuck having a 2-3 record, and Seymour, after that opening game loss to Shelton 5-1, should tell our viewers that Naugatuck won on the field in the second week and against Watertown 41-12. That was the game where they were ruled to have played an ineligible player, and they have and the CIAC, the governing body of high school sports in Connecticut, had Naugatuck forfeit. Naugatuck had to forfeit the game using the ineligible player. So instead of a 3-2 mark, Naugatuck has a 2-3 mark. Kicking off for the Wildcats will be Craig Vicdomino. And he normally kicks it deep. Bounces around, that's Gomes at the 5. To the near sideline, Gomes, he's going to be taken out of bounds. First to get to him, Matt Gutierrez. Let's take a look at the Naugatuck offense. First of all, starting with the quarterback, the junior quarterback, Darrell White. And in the I formation, the fullback is Adam Gallo. The tailback will be Anthony Pesolano. Matt Gomes is the split end, and the flanker, Chris Bisson. And on the line, the center is Andrew Karwowski. The guards are Chris Roberts and Don Pucci. The tackles, Dave Ramones and Dan Crosley. And the tight end, Cooper Nolan. And Naugatuck faced with poor field position as we open the game. They're at their 9-yard line. I formation. White was the starting quarterback last year on that very successful Naugatuck team, defending NVL champs. There's the toss. That's to Pesolano. And Pesolano trying to get outside, taken down by Tom Bell, one of the Seymour linebackers. Let's take a look now at that Seymour defense. The front 4, the tackles are Tim Ellis and Jamie Burns. The ends are Kevin Brown and Andrew Kastheimer. The backers, the inside backers are Nick Teodosio and Tom Bell. The outside backers, Kevin Taggart and Tom Shoplack. And in the secondary, Joe Deptula, Chris Hebert, along with Matt Bucharis. Pickup of a couple on the first down, and White looking to air it out on second down. He was going for Bisson, and incomplete coverage by number 45. That was Shoplack.
Just a quick out pattern as White just tries to get the football to the outside. It is well overthrown. Never had an opportunity for the completion. Bring up a 3rd and long, and Eddie, the Naugatuck football team, playing that I-back very deep in the backfield. He's about 6.5 to 7 yards off the football.
And you know, buddy, it's unusual for Naugatuck to be in the I because for years now they had employed the wing T offense. So a little bit of getting used to it by us. Out of the shotgun, White's going to air it out. It's a big part of Naugatuck's offense is throwing the football. He was going for Sean Allen on the play. And it's incomplete, bringing up a 4th down punting situation.
This is a great throw by White as he steps back and then releases before the receiver makes the turn. He puts it into his arms, just was unprepared for it, unable to come up with the completion. It brings up a punting situation for the Naugatuck Greyhounds.
And the punter is Gomes for the Greyhounds. And Matt standing. He's at his goal line. Wildcats look like they're going to rush the punter, and they're coming. Gomes gets it off, and that is Deptula. On the other end, Joe is going to be wrestled down at the Naugatuck 30. Tackle made by number 63, Andrew Karwowski. So the Wildcats, great field position. Let's take a look at that Wildcat offense. The quarterback, of course, is Joe Deptula, the 3-year starter. In the backfield, it'll be Hebert, Tursky, along with Taggart. Split ends, Dennis Kukaro and Matt Bucharis. On the line, the center, Jeff Gilbert. The guards are John Harkins and Mike Morton. And the tackles, Timmy Ellis and Andrew Kastheimer. Cats, obviously, great field position. Their first possession of the game, and that's Tursky who'll go in motion. And Tursky ends up with the football. And he picks up 5 on the play. Let's take a look at the Naugatuck defense. First of all, let's take a look at the down lineman. The real experience with the down lineman is the defensive tackle, James Leahy. Diedrich was an outside backer last year and now is at nose guard. Let's take a look at the backers now, and now you got to look also at the defensive secondary. 2nd and 5 for the Cats, just underway from here at the Barber Field in this Naugatuck Valley League matchup. Deptula will hold on to the football. And Deptula into the secondary, never mind into the secondary, into the end zone from 25 yards out, and the first score of the evening. Joe Deptula.
Watch as he makes the fake inside now, holds everybody, and then he gets around a good block, and there's nobody to take the pitch man. Deptula just puts it away, and he races into the end zone. A 25-yard run. Did not have to make the pitch. A great job by that Seymour offense here on their second offensive play. They have put 6 points on the board.
Buddy, that is Joe Deptula's 6th touchdown by rushing this year. And the extra point by Vic Domino drills it for the 7th point. And not only Deptula, the 6th touchdown on the ground, and he has thrown for 12 touchdowns this year. So quite a lot of statistics being put up by Joe Deptula. As we mentioned in pregame, not only a great player, but a fine student and a great citizen too. But he caught up with the coaches before the game. First of all, he talked with Rob Plasky, the Naugatuck coach, and he asked him to grade his Naugatuck Greyhounds over the first half of the football season.
Well, I'd have to say after the last 2 weeks, the kids have been working real hard. So prior to that, I would say a little bit inconsistent. And we have to cut down on some mistakes. We have to cut down on playing a real good game, coming out and playing a weaker game. You come out and play against Seymour, we got to come out, we got to play sound football.
Buddy also had a chance to talk with head coach Paul Sponheimer, the dean of coaches up here in the Naugatuck Valley League. And he noted that Seymour had made some changes in their offense after the Shelton game, and he asked the veteran Seymour coach to talk about them.
Well, Coach Kello, saw some things in that Shelton game, along with Coach DeMarco, our offensive line coach, and we moved some people, basically the same people that we had playing in that game, but they were just moved around. We also got a young sophomore in there in the offensive line at a guard position, freeing up one of the upperclassmen to only have to go one way. As far as, believe it or not, it's more wide open than you could imagine.
We're back, everyone. Great evening for high school football. 10:18 showing on the scoreboard clock up here at the Barber.
It was great to be able to catch dinner here at Seymour. They have an outstanding concession stand. Every time you come, you have to have some of the chili and a hot dog, but just a great place. One of the better stops on the tour here of the high school areas when we go to a game. Seymour, a great place to be, and just a beautiful complex they've done over in the last couple of years. Is that going to go
into your eatery book?
Dinner every year here.
Big Domino will kick it off again. And Gomes, he's going to take a pot back at the 13-yard line by Shoplack.
A little windmill action as Gomes was tackled by Shoplack. Takes it at about the 7 or 8 right in here and picks it up. And now watch as he tries to get into the return. He is going to get hit and upended, up high and around.
Now, let me correct myself. I think that might have been an 88. That might have been Sean Allen on the return. Wildcats are checked that the Greyhounds start this possession out at their 14-yard line. First down. And going nowhere on the play is the upback, Adam Gallo. As the middle.
A lot of problems in the middle for that Naugatuck offense as the fullback takes a quick play. It's a trap, and no one really blocks the down lineman there. Roberts, along with Pucci, no place to go for Gallo. He's going to lose a half a yard on that carry, and Naugatuck's got to get a little ground game going here. They can't afford to give Seymour the ball right back.
So the ball is on the 14-yard line, and the Naugatuck Greyhounds have a 2nd and 11, already down by 7. Bisson will go in motion, and the Cats are showing blitz. Good protection. White gets it out in the direction of Gomes. It's incomplete, and Bucaris was guarding Gomes on the play, and a little bit of help in that secondary.
White again just tries to get the football to Gomes on a streak, just straight down the sideline, and well covered outside by Bucaris. Again, a big 3rd and long for the Naugatuck offense, as they have not been able to do anything here early in this first quarter.
3rd and 11. 9:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Seymour leads it 7-0. White rolls. Oh, he's under a big rush and brought down for a big loss on the play.
They try and run a little bit of a bootleg, and as White comes out of the boot, there are a lot of blue jerseys. He just has no place to go. He's finally wrapped up by Timmy Ellis, and it is a sack, brings up a 4th. They're back around their 5.5-yard line. They're going to punt the football again to Joe Deptula. Seymour is going to have outstanding field position again after the exchange.
Not the way Naugatuck would have wanted this game to begin.
Gomes to kick it away, and he gets it off. A great punt under the circumstance. Deptula fields at the 41 of the Greyhounds, down the near sidelines, and he'll go out of bounds at the 34. So how's this for starting your possession? Seymour started their first possession at the Naugatuck 30. Try the 34 on their second. We've got a break in the action up here in Seymour. Let's take this timeout. Field, and you get a
just
look.
beginning to get the change, the foliage. Next 2 weeks will be beautiful here in New England.
1st and 10 for the Cats at the 34. Go to a stacked eye. That's Tursky. He's going to wind up and throw. He's got an open receiver. That's Wk7, and that's a Seymour touchdown. And that is Wk7's 9th touchdown.
Watch now as this is a great job by Tursky as he sells the run. He does not give it away. When Naugatuck recognizes that it's a pass, Wk7 is about 8 yards behind the deep coverage. 35-yard touchdown, Tursky to Wk7.
Wk7's 9th touchdown on the reception route this year. Great season for the senior. And McDomino with authority converts. And it could get ugly here. It's 14-0 Seymour. We've got a lot of time left here in the first quarter. Buddy, it's going to be incumbent upon Seymour, on Naugatuck to get something going on offense, and that's one of the things Coach Plasky talked to me during the week. He said it was critical for his team to move the chains, get some first down, and keep Seymour's offense off the field, which they have been unable to do.
Seymour has run 3 offensive plays. They've got 14 points, and the Naugatuck Greyhounds in their 2 offensive possessions have really not had any yardage either through the air or on the ground. And as you just said, Edward, it could get ugly here if Naugatuck does not mount some type of an offense here in this football game. Seymour, we know, can score. And if you're going to give them a short field like that, they're going to have a lot of opportunities and they're going to convert a lot of points here.
Before you saw McDomino teeing it up, one of the best place kickers in the state of Connecticut. Greg last year was his first year playing football. He had come over from the soccer program at Seymour High School. And he's also doing the punting this year for the Cats. Has worked hard on that aspect of his kicking game. That's to one of the short men for Naugatuck. Gets Bisson with the football. Chris Bisson. And Bisson is going to establish some position, field position for the Greyhounds out to his 35-yard line.
Short kick. Bisson does a great job of getting it, preventing it from going any further. And as Eddie just said, at least gets the football to the 35, where Naugatuck will start with their best field position before he is finally wrapped up. A lot of blue jerseys, Tursky and company making the stop.
Darrell White is the quarterback. I formation for the Cats, and Bisson will go in motion on first down. And to the up back, the fullback, Adam Gallo, one of the captains, rough going in there, maybe a yard at the 36.
Motion across the formation and then just a quick trap inside, but really Gallo wrapped right up very quickly. Looked like number 71, Chris Roberts, with the first hit. And Naugatuck, which over the years has made a living on the trap play here, has not been able to make that block early in this football game. The 2 guards unable to really make connection, and it's again 2nd and long.
Now they're going to try Pesolano, the tailback, but not too much success there. Anthony picks up maybe a yard before he's driven back by the center of the Seymour defense.
Fullback just leads. It's a blast just straight ahead. Again, a good job inside by Seymour, just closing it down. Maybe a 1.5 yard gain by Pesolano on that one. It still brings up a 3rd and very long for the Naugatuck Greyhound offense.
3rd and 8 for Naugatuck. They're at their 37. We're in the first quarter up here in Seymour at the Barber Field. Telemedia High School football game of the week. Seymour already owns a 14-0 lead. White can throw the football. It's ruled incomplete. He was going for his favorite receiver, Matt Gomes, but even if it were a reception, it would have been a short pickup on the play.
Just a quick look in or a hitch, ball underthrown, and looked as if Gomes might have had more of a catch than they gave him credit for, but it
they ruled it
goes incomplete as an incompletion. 4th Again, 3 and out for that Naugatuck offense.
And Buddy, you can't stress enough, you just can't do that against the Seymour Wildcats. They're coming at him, and we're going to have a flag, and Naugatuck's going to hold on to the football. The Tula on the other end will be dragged down at the 34 by Dom Pucci on the Naugatuck special teams, but a flag went down. I've got to think that's running and roughing the punter.
Seymour went for the block, had an opportunity, didn't. As we come back here to the last play, it does look like there was a catch. He's got it, he's under it. His hands are under it. I would have given him the catch. Did not get it, but at least for the Naugatuck Greyhounds, they're going to hold on to the football with this penalty. Kevin Moreland there, the referee, played his football at the University of New Haven, know him very well because he was our quarterback for a number of years. Great quarterback himself, high school. So the Naugatuck Greyhounds will only pick up a 5-yarder on this, so it is not an automatic first down. So it is a running into and not roughing, and so they're going to be forced to punt the football again. They fooled us all with that call.
So the line of scrimmage is the 42. Gomes will set up at the 30, and Joe Deptula on the other end back at his 32-yard line. High punt, spinning around, and it's going to take a Seymour bounce before it's down there by number 58 for the Greyhounds, and it's Josh Beliciano. So the third possession of the evening for the Cats, and we've got 6:33 left here in the first quarter. Seymour's first 2 possessions, Buddy said, what was that, 3 plays? 3 plays, and they put up 2 scores, 2 extra points tacked on, and the Cats have the football. And also very good field position, not on the Naugatuck side of the 50, but on the 40 of Seymour. That wing look, and Deptula pumps, throws, has a receiver out there, and almost a circus catch by Bucharis. And we're pretty much used to those great catches by Matt Bucharis this year. It'll go as an incompleted pass.
Tursky stays, or excuse me, Deptula stays right in the pocket. A good fake, he steps up, puts the ball in a catchable position. Bucharis just unable to make the catch. Would have been a great one if he came up with it. Gomes on coverage, but again, Seymour going right away for a big play on first down.
And Seymour right on that football on second down. With the football, that's number 15. He's still on his feet. That is Kevin Taggart, the sophomore running back, into Naugatuck territory before he's taken down by Gallo. So the Wildcats showing that explosiveness on offense.
Seems like the freeze option steps. The quarterback just clears, allows the fullback to come right up the midline, and just a great run here by Seymour. Taggart taking the football down to about the 29-yard line of the Naugatuck Greyhounds. Again, Seymour with the ability to move the football almost at will here in this first quarter.
And the Cats go to a stacked I formation and holding on to the football. He's got the perimeter. That is Deptula, cuts over the middle, and the senior quarterback gets down to the 10. Ball might have come loose, but it's ruled after he was on the ground. Allen on the stop for the Greyhounds, but the Wildcats looking to go in for a 3rd score in the first quarter.
No one on the pitch or on the quarterback as Deptula comes around the corner. No one there to take him. You see Allen come in, pulling him back. The ball is stripped at the end, but Deptula able to get it back. Another big first down.
Stacked I formation for the Cats. Great speed on the Seymour team. First down. It's Tursky, the deep back. He gets it, and Matt gets down inside the 10 to the 9 before he's taken down by Leahy.
Solid eye here as the Seymour football team tries to go over that left side. You see Leahy get a hand on him. Jimmy, a senior, able to drag down the ball carrier Tursky, but still a 2-yard gain for the Wildcats.
Once again, the stacked I. And this time holding on to the football, being taken down for a loss. That was Deptula. Fine defensive play by the Greyhounds.
The way Joey is pointing fingers, it looks like somebody made a mistake here, as I don't think Joe expected the football. I thought it was going to be handed off. Mistake on that offense, but still brings up a third, about 9 or about 11 for the Seymour offense.
3rd and 12, the football at the 13 of Naugatuck. Seymour already leads at 14-0. The Cats over the middle, that's Deptula. He's got his receiver, Bucaris, down at the 1-foot line.
Watch as Bucaris comes from the top. He just runs a quick slant right across. Deptula puts the football in a perfect position. Great catch by Bucaris. Picks up a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Seymour, and they are really unstoppable here in this first quarter.
And I'll tell you, any one of those backs can take that football into the end zone right now. Let's see who gets it. That's Tursky, the deep back. And Captain brings it into the end zone. Seymour has scored 3 times here, and still we have 4:33 remaining in the first quarter.
Just a straight ahead handoff out of the eye. Tursky gets the last 1.5 yards for the touchdown. So Tursky has thrown for 1. He has run for 1 here in this first quarter. That has been all Seymour.
And Vicdomino to convert. And it's good. 21-0 for the Cats. 4:33 remaining. Seymour 3 possessions. 2 were started in deep in Naugatuck territory, and this possession started at their 40-yard line.
Give him 62 yards. I thought 38 yards and about 7 plays, and an excellent drive by Seymour. Again, just being able to do anything they want on offense. Joe Deptula, when he wants to throw the football, run the football, or hand it off, he's been able to find areas that the Seymour offense can exploit on that Naugatuck Greyhound defense.
One of the big plays on that drive, the second play of the drive, as a matter of fact, Kevin Taggart, the fine sophomore running back, 5'8", 160 pounds. On 2nd and 10 from his 40, brought it all the way down inside the Naugatuck 30. 21-0, and the crowd is really filled in here. A nice crowd at the Barber Field in Seymour. And once again, Naugatuck was the defending champions last year from the NBL. Went through their entire season 10-0. Got into the playoffs, state playoffs double L, and were defeated there by Greenwich. But it was a very successful season for Naugatuck. But a lot of those players on that state playoff team have graduated. A new group of players. That's Gomes, and Gomes inside his 15.
That ball comes down right on the 1 and does not bounce into the end zone. So again, everything going pretty much Seymour's way. As if it bounced in the end zone, it would have come out to the 20. But watch when it hits, it's like a 9-iron. It comes back about 1.5 yards. Gomes has to pick it up, and by the time he gets going, he is able only to get to about the 13-yard line before Seymour's special teams wrap him up. So nothing is going well here for Naugatuck in this first quarter.
Yeah. Naugatuck out of the shotgun. White under pressure, and Seymour really coming at him on defense. That was Bisson, the intended receiver, shot black on coverage.
Not a well-thrown football, high snap. White able to pull it in, but really well over the head of Bisson. He never had an opportunity to catch it. And again, Naugatuck just unable to find anything that they can latch onto here to get an offensive drive going. Their 4th possession, and they've gone nowhere in the first 3.
Spread formation for Naugatuck, and White will flare it out. Incomplete. He was going for the fullback Gallo on the play. And Kevin Brown was nearest the football for Seymour, along with Chris Hebert.
White just tries to drop a little flare pattern into his receiver out of the backfield and just cannot get it, but great coverage by Seymour. Again, 3rd and long. Mr. White has been unable to get a completion here in this first quarter, and The running game has really not found any area to exploit on that Seymour defense.
3rd and 10. Naugatuck has it at their 13. Still got over 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Wow, misfiring there. White was going for Bisson. And Shopblack along with Bucharis on coverage for Seymour. Incomplete 4th down punting situation.
This one's by Bisson. He never has an opportunity. It goes right by him. Not a lot you can say about the Naugatuck offense right now, and I know Rob Plasky has to really be pulling his hair out over on the far sidelines. It's just been a difficult first quarter for his football team, and if they don't get their hats back on real quick, this is going to get out of hand right now. They've got to stop Seymour here.
Gomes standing at his goal line, takes a low snap from center. It's blocked into the end zone. That's going to be a Seymour touchdown. Joe Siglinger fell on the football for the touchdown. The senior.
Gomes' rhythm was messed up as he dropped the football. Ball is blocked, and it looks like Tursky is going to get his 3rd score here as he covers that football for Seymour in the end zone. So
Matt Tursky, correction, but on the falling on the punt in the end zone. So credit the touchdown to Tursky. 4:05 remaining. What could easily be
that one only took 28 seconds.
A route. That is Vicdomino converting 28-0, and we've still got over 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So Matt Tursky falling on the blocked punt. Gomes had tried to field a low snap from center at his goal line, was blocked, and number 18, Matt Tursky, covered for Seymour. Telemedia High School football game of the week. Well, buddy, you heard Rob Plasky answer that question about grading, referring to the fact that the Greyhounds have either played well or poorly. And I think you know which category this game thus far falls into. They have not played well here this evening, but on the other end, you've got a team like Seymour that will really jump on you.
We saw Seymour in the first week against Shelton come back from what was at that point a 21-0 deficit.
Well, then they were down
28-7.
They were
came
down.
back
They were down 35-7,
and made it a football game.
That's correct.
We'll see what Naugatuck is able to do here, but so far, really, the Naugatuck Greyhounds have just been unable to do anything on offense and defense. Taken at the 10-yard line and across the 20, able to get into the return to about the 25-yard line for the Naugatuck Greyhounds.
And the tackle made by Harkins on the play. So the Greyhounds will set up shop this time at their 25-yard line.
It's very tough to get your passing game going when your running game is going nowhere. And Seymour is a great football team when you have problems in that they know that the Naugatuck Greyhounds are not going to run real well right now, and they're going to tee off, get to the quarterback, and they're just going to try and take away everything that Naugatuck can do here.
So the ball at the 25-yard line, Seymour 28, Naugatuck nothing. I formation, that deep back really deep. They fake to the fullback, and Pesolano with some positive yardage for Naugatuck outside the 30 before he's taken down by Bell and Deptula.
Option play, White does a great job coming out, reading it, gets some pressure, makes the pitch, and then Pesolano able to pick up about 8 yards on the carry as they were able to get outside and to make a pretty good gain, the best they've had here in this first quarter as they get to about the 33-yard line.
So pickup of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2 for the Hounds at their 33. In motion, that is Bisson. Holding on is Darrell White, and he's going to be corralled for a loss on the play by Taggart.
just a great job on the part of Seymour as coming off the play and trying to get to the outside. White just can't get there. Kevin Taggart, the sophomore, able to make the stop. I thought it was Andrew Kassenheimer, number 75, who got a hand on him first. But again, White unable to turn the corner.
Now, loss of 2 on that play. Now it's a 3rd and 4. As Naugatuck seeking to get anything positive. That pass is broken up as White was on a screen up the middle. Goes incomplete. Fourth and 4.
I'm trying to find a receiver in the middle of this.
Yep, so am I.
Darrell White throws it into the middle of the lineman there. I didn't see anyone with a 20, 30, 40 in there as a receiver, and it's going to bring up a punting situation. So Naugatuck with a good first down carry, unable to convert the first down, and they're forced to punt the football again.
Gomes inside his 20, gets it off, but it's short. And again, it'll take a Seymour bounce. And Seymour is going to set up shop this time at the 41 of Naugatuck. 2:18 remaining. It's an understatement to say that it's been all Seymour.
41 first and 10.
Right in the middle there with the headsets is Coach Rob Plasky, his second year here at Naugatuck. Had a great year last year, a little bit of a struggle this year, and certainly a struggle right now for him and his Naugatuck Greyhounds.
Seymour showing that stacked eye. Deptula, with a lot of time to roam, throws it and incomplete. Had his receiver out there. Chris Hebert was the intended receiver. It was a catchable ball, goes incomplete.
A lot of fake in the backfield coming out of the boot is Deptula. And right here he decides to throw it because Hebert is wide open coming across the middle. Just a very catchable football. Hebert unable to hold on to it. A second down for the Wildcats.
So 2nd and 10 at the 41. With the football, that's Hebert. Stopped after a short pickup by the middle of that defense. Dom Pucci, the middle linebacker, one of the Naugatuck captains, gets
Hebert
a good hit
comes
on.
with short motion, gets set in the eye position in the backfield, comes across to the left side, and will pick up about 1 before he is wrapped up. So a 3rd down now for the Wildcats as we're finally getting near the end of this first quarter.
Well, they'll mark the football at the 39-yard line. 3rd and 9 for Seymour. Deptula on the toss to the short side. That is Tursky with a head of steam. Matt Tursky fumbles the ball on the end of it. But I think a blue and gold player might have picked up the football.
I think he's out of bounds. He's going to get spotted out of bounds, and they will mark it right at about the 15-yard line. This is a great play. Everybody goes to the right. Tursky comes back to the left. He is going to get down the sideline, and he will get to about the 15-yard line before he's going to get whacked out of bounds there. That's
McConnell got the hit on him, buddy.
And the ball will roll loose, but Tursky was out of bounds, and Seymour will hold on to the football at about the 17.
No, it is the 17. 1st and 10 for Seymour. Wing look. They do an awful lot off that offense. And running the football. And he gave that to Taggart. Short pickup on the play, the sophomore running back.
Dietrich on the stop for the Greyhounds. He is one of the captains.
Yep.
Playing middle guard for Naugatuck.
Well, the 4 captains for the Greyhounds this year: Diedrich, Chris Roberts, Adam Gallo, and Dom Pucci. And Seymour has 4 captains too. That's Deptula on the option. He holds on to it. Down at the 10, a flag dropped in the Seymour backfield.
Tursky comes in motion. He'll be the pitch man as Deptula gets to the corner. Again, no one there to force the pitch. Deptula just puts it away and picks up pretty good yardage on that carry, but penalty here, and it will be a penalty against Edward. I didn't see who the call was against. It's going to go against Naugatuck. I'm sorry, they're going to pick the flag up, so there was no penalty.
Okay.
Brings up a third, very makeable for Seymour. Obviously 4-down territory, I would suspect.
I would think so. Down at the 11, we've got the clock is running, and now they stop it. And now the clock resumes.
I think Jim Carey would like to see this quarter end as much as we would, as he is the official timer up here in the booth.
Out of the stacked die, it'll give to the deep back.
At the corner.
And that's Tursky. Touchdown. 5.6 seconds remaining, and Seymour has scored their 5th touchdown of the quarter.
Tursky's going to get a convoy to this near sideline, and he just gets around the corner and he sees the pylon and he gets to it and gets in the end zone. So he has been involved, Mr. Tursky, in 4 of the 5 scores for the Wildcats. Seymour goes 13 yards for their 5th touchdown of this first quarter.
Wow. Well, it's not pretty. McDonald normally has better form, but it's through the uprights. Our score, 5 and 6/10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 35-0 for Seymour.
Let's see if he actually got in, although I don't think it really matters. And his foot was out before he got to the pylon, but hey, who cares? That young man is close enough, and I don't think anyone's going to argue right now as this first quarter may go down in the Seymour record books as being the best first quarter of football that they've ever played.
You know, buddy, last week, happened to notice the box score of the Seymour-Torrington game. Cats scored 35 in the second quarter, but you figure that's, no offense to Torrington, but they're not really in the same, they're not considered as potent a team as Naugatuck normally is. So here, Seymour puts up 35 points in the first quarter.
Maybe we could go to our statistician and see what kind of scoring games there's been in the history of Seymour and Naugatuck, but I got a feeling this is going to be one of the worst Naugatuck defeats ever. And we're only in the first quarter, and it's 35-0.
It's shaping up that way. That's Gallo chasing down the football. It stays in, so he's got to pick it up. Adam running the football and dragged down at the 14 as time runs down here in the first quarter. Mercifully. So our first quarter has come to an end here at Seymour's DeBarber Field. Our first quarter score, Seymour 30. Back after this. Field in Seymour, as we enter the second quarter, it is Seymour 35 and Naugatuck nothing. That's right, that's what I said.
Naugatuck has 12 guys on the field, and I know that they would like to get back in the game, but they're not going to allow the 12, so they're going to get an illegal participation, just adding to the misery right now of that Naugatuck offense. So they're backed up inside the 10-yard line. Kevin Moreland signals the illegal substitution, and seen that a lot more over the last year. The penalty, you cannot line up or break the huddle with 12 guys on the field, and the referees have really called that penalty this year.
Well, Naugatuck's going to have a 1st and 15 inside their 10. They got a single back and obviously going to throw the football. It is incomplete. Gomes took a pop as he went for the football. That was Bucaris applying the hit.
Little slant, just a 3-step quick throw by Darrell White. Watch as the ball is delivered. Mr. Gomes was getting ready to get hit, did not really look it in, and ball bounces away. It'll be a second 15 for the Greyhounds.
You know, buddy, I know Naugatuck wants to get into the game, but throwing the football in a way, it's playing into Seymour's hands.
They have not been consistent. They've only had one positive run in their 5 possessions, so they're really grasping at straws here, just trying to find something to ignite this offense.
Well, once again, there's a pump fake, and White throws it out. Well, it is intercepted. That's Deptula. A flag is dropped, but Deptula on the interception brings it inside the 10-yard line.
And that's exactly what can happen. Joe Deptula just sitting back in the zone, picked the football, brought it back, but I think you're going to get it's a blocking in the back signaled by referee Kevin Moreland. And
the Cats will still get the football.
White trying to get the football down the field and well overthrown. Just never really had an opportunity to complete it. You see Joe Deptula getting the football at the high point, as coaches like to say, and just got great speed, great instinct. He's finally driven out by Gomes, but Seymour will start on the 26-yard line.
Well, talk about great field position. It's something that Seymour has enjoyed all evening long here. We're just into the second quarter, and Seymour leads at 35-0. Inside handoff, that's Tursky to the far sideline. Tursky gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Seymour. Or check that. Well, now they say he stepped out of bounds.
Inside scissors, good blocking. Really a lot of misdirection. Naugatuck going the opposite way allows Tursky to just get down the sideline and about the 10-yard line where he stepped out of bounds. So it will be a 1st and goal for the Seymour Wildcat offense.
Just inside that 10. Spread offense by Seymour. Running on all cylinders as they're going to run Taggart. Taggart untouched practically from 10 yards out, so the sophomore gets into the scoring act.
You know, I hate to say this, but this just looks like it's, you know, running against theirs. Taggart really, it looked like no one even cared about him. He just goes untouched 10 yards into the end zone. And thank God the cheerleaders here don't have to do push-ups because they will not make it tonight, as we've got 41 points here and we are only played about 28 seconds of the second quarter.
Well, Victomino to attempt the extra point. It is up and good. So Craig Victomino is converted on all 6 touchdowns from the Cats this evening. We've got 11:32 left to go to halftime. 42 for Seymour, nothing for Naugatuck. And once again, we remind our viewers, Naugatuck has a rich tradition of football. They're not any ragtag team out there, and look at what Seymour's doing to them. So,
if we have any viewers left, this might be a game that you turn off early.
Well, Seymour may obviously, buddy, making a statement tonight. And after you say that, I'd like to welcome our viewers in the tri-state region on the MSG network, the Madison Square Garden network, and Madison Square Garden's game of the week.
I know we talked to Rob Plasky before the game. His wife is expecting, and he may be down on the sidelines hoping the beeper goes off.
Yeah, his wife, Nicole, the Plaskys have a 3-year-old daughter, and really at any moment now, the Plaskys are expecting their second child. And we, of course, wish them good health and fortune.
And that's really what's important.
That's
I
right.
mean, football is football, but family is family, and that's more important than any football game.
Victomino to kick it off, coming to the center. That's McConaughey chasing it down, and Victomino's kicks are tough to handle. And Sean fighting for his life. He's going to have the football inside his 10-yard line.
Victomino has dropped every kick between the 5 and the 1. They have just died. They have not gone into the end zone. Watch this one. It just comes, it rolls. It will not go in the end zone. It just scoots about he gets it about the 2. And again, awful field position for Naugatuck, right at about the 10. And not only is it a problem, but it's thrown the return timing off of that return. You try and set up a return based on the ball getting right to your returner. They've just thrown the timing off, and the Seymour special teams are just all over them.
Well, White will roll, throw, incomplete.
I'm going to give him a completion on this one.
Okay, it's complete to the tight end. That's Cooper Nolan on the play. So a positive play for the Greyhounds.
Bootleg, White comes out of it. Nolan comes across from his tight end position underneath. He starts and then gets to about 7. Completion, close to a first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Greyhounds. Again, the cheerleaders here on the new sideline and the track. Beautiful facility here at Seymour. They've done an outstanding job. I know Billy Gargano, the athletic director, has to be very proud of what they've been able to do here at Seymour in the last couple of years.
2nd and short. They'll hand off to the up back, the fullback Gallo. Let's see if he picked it up. The first down, that is.
Pounding inside on the straight ahead play. Gallo does not get it. And boy, you got to give some credit here. Pucci, Roberts, Karowski, Crosley, Ramones just inside have given no ground to this Naugatuck offense. They have not allowed really any yardage inside the tackles.
3rd and short. Darrell White on the option. He'll toss to Pesolano, but Seymour does not want to have Naugatuck gain a first down. Pesolano taken down for a loss on the play. That was Brown along with Deptula on the stop for Seymour.
Came on the option, and boy, I'll tell you, they just closed it right off. Deptula was flying up, got to the pitch, got help from Brown, loss of about 3. And as we have said all evening, Naugatuck back to punt.
So it'll be 4th down. Naugatuck again to punt. Matt Gomes has been busy in that role tonight. And Gomes standing at his 5-yard line. Let's see if Seymour's coming for him. Well, they're setting up a return this time, but it's a short punt, end over end. This time taking a Naugatuck roll, and it'll just roll down. It'll roll down this time into Seymour territory. Cats will get it at the 47.5-yard line. The Cats 47.5. Valley Chevrolet, proud sponsor of Valley High School football, located at the intersections of Routes 8 and 63 in Naugatuck. Call 729-8221 or visit them online at myvalleychevrolet.com. Buddy, a predicament for Seymour at this point. How long do you go with the first unit? You know,
very early in this football
game. You want to give them work. You really want to, they work hard all week long in preparation for the game. 42 already running the football. That's Tursky. Great balance, and the captain down to the 40 of Naugatuck.
That's right up the middle. I mean, it's not like Seymour is throwing at them. They're just running straight up the middle. Tursky just really untouched into the secondary, and the Wildcats just are manhandling and controlling every aspect of this game, from special teams to the offensive line, defensive line, pass, run, whatever they want to do. They are just doing it to the Naugatuck Greyhounds.
1st and 10, and Joe Deptula holds on to the football, rolls down for 5 yards on the play. The nose guard, Ian Diedrich, on the stop for Naugatuck.
Trap block inside off the fake, allowing Deptula to get outside. Dietrich on the stop. But again, Joe Deptula picked up about 5.5 on that first down carry as he's gotten the football to the 35-yard line.
Kukaro out to the right side. Bukaris out to the left as the Cats with that spread formation. And Tursky now as the tailback. And Matt Tursky into the secondary. Great block, stalk block down there. And Tursky will get in for the score.
Dennis Kukaro, number 84, Edward, as you said, has a great stalk block. Just a little cutback here by Tursky. He just outruns everyone from the 30-yard line on, and hope we get a look at Kukaro, number 84. It came off the block, but he just did a great job of allowing Tursky to get around the corner and down the field for what is a, let me see my math there. Is that 7? 7 touchdowns.
Yep, and Vigdomino is just converted for the 49th point. I'll tell you someone else who's working for the Cats, and that is their statistician, John Raven Commune, really working that pencil on the sidelines. Timeout here on the field here at the Barber Field in Seymour, and let's take this break. Is the offensive mastermind of the Seymour High School coaching staff, Robert Kello.
He has to be very pleased, obviously, with his football team and the offense so far here tonight, as they have executed everything that they have sent into the huddle.
Buddy, we talked about, Coach Sponheimer talked about how they tweaked that offense after the Shelton game. They sure did. That's McConnell. Oh, my. I mean, Seymour's really coming at him on all cylinders. Harkins again. John Harkins.
Not a lot you can say here, but watch Harkins get a hit in here as he comes through the wall and bang, sends his message here to the Greyhounds, and there's going to be a penalty added on to this one. So Naugatuck is going to have their best field position of the evening, somewhere around the 40-yard line. And this is a big one, 15 yards, so they're going to have it right at about the 45.
So first down coming up after the assessment of the penalty brings that football out close to the 45-yard line. 7:35 remaining here in the first half of play. And already it is Seymour 49, Naugatuck nothing. Just an overwhelming display. Buddy mentioned before, offense, defense, special teams, prowess for Seymour. They give to the deep back. Pesolano going nowhere. The ball comes loose. And the Cats have it.
Tommy Bell comes on a blitz. He is untouched. He just gets the fullback or the tailback, Pesolano, as he got the handoff, knocked it loose, turnover, Seymour football. And I tell you, you can't score another touchdown here. I don't care what time of the game it is. You just got to bring your JVs in.
Now the ball is on the 40-yard line. Seymour picks up the Naugatuck fumble. 49-0. Handoff inside, a short pickup on the play. That was Kevin Brown now inserted in the backfield.
Brown is at fullback. He gets stood up right at the line of scrimmage. No place to go for him, and Timmy Epperson with the tackle, number 52. It'll be a 2nd and 9, right around the 39-yard line.
Well, the Cats only have one player in the backfield behind Deptula, so they spread it. And again, they're going to run the that lone back, and that is Brown again for a short pickup.
Again, a little bit of a trap. You see the guard, number 66, Mike Morton, pulling, looking for an opening, and then coming behind him is Brown. Good job, though, by Naugatuck closing it down there.
So the football at the 38-yard line of Naugatuck. And out of that stacked eye, it's Tursky getting the football. He stopped this time, the Naugatuck defense.
Again, that short motion back to the eye, and then coming with the football on the blast, Tursky, and give some credit to Seymour and Paul Sponheimer. They ran just straight ahead that time with that offense, and he's not looking to put any more points on the board if he can't help it. Just allowing his offense to go straight ahead.
Well, Vic Domino, the first time we've seen him punt, and I'll tell you,
they can't catch a break. They can't catch a break.
We've got to take him golfing. Unbelievable.
Just killed that one about the 4.
That backspin.
Watch this one. I wish I had a 9-iron like this. He just hits it, and it is going to stop right about where it hit. Boy, and Naugatuck again with awful field position.
Well, Craig went to a summer camp for kickers, and to refine his kicking skills this past summer. Last year, he was just a place kicker. I shouldn't say just a place kicker. He was outstanding. And this year, he's incorporated punting into his kicking repertoire. Meanwhile, Naugatuck backed up deep again, throwing the football. Gomes on the reception, but taken down there by Bucaris on the short pass reception. The short pass gain, I should say.
Gomes really catch and got hit. White threw a flutter ball out there. Gomes able to pick it, but Darrell White has not really been on his game here tonight. On his throwing game has not been able to get that football where he really wants it here in this first half.
Buddy, this possession has started on the 6, so that was a 4-yard pass reception to the 10-yard line. Out of the eye, they'll give to the tailback, breaking free. That's Pesolano for the first down. Anthony Pesolano before it's taken down by Deptula.
Right up the gut, just straight ahead. Pesolano saw some running room for the first time, accelerated to the 24.5-yard line with that first down for the Greyhounds. 4:39 and running time here in this second quarter.
Gomes out to the left, I formation. And he'll toss to Pesolano. Pesolano to the short side of the field, bounces off a tackle, makes a fine run. There's Anthony Pesolano. And he's going to hit the yardage close to another first down.
Pitch starts up to hold the defense and then does an outstanding job of being able to get back to the outside and around the corner for about 9 yards.
Well, the football at the 34, and he's got to get it to about a couple more feet for a first down, so it's second and real short. Gallo, the fullback, real close to the quarterback, Darrell White. Bisson will go in motion. And again, they're going to try Pesolano, and he's going to pick up the first down. Out to the 46 before he's wrestled down by Andrew Kassheimer and Tim Shoplack.
Pesolano again finds an opening for good yardage to the Naugatuck 45, the best field position that the Greyhounds have had in the first 2 first downs of the football game, and they've strung them together here in this second quarter.
So the football at the 45, that's where it's marked. Bisson will go in motion, and they're going to try Pesolano again off the right side. Pesolano in the secondary to the 40, leapfrogs Deptula before Shoplack drags him down. A fine run by the senior tailback, 5'11", 180-pound Anthony Pesolano.
Again, Pesolano on the blast off the tackle, breaks it back to the outside. Watch Deptula here go down, and Pesolano able to step over him. Shoplack comes behind him, wraps him up at about the 30-yard line, and Seymour will take their first timeout of this football game. 3:41 left in the first half.
So to Naugatuck's credit, taking over on this possession at their 6-yard line, they have mounted their first sustained drive of the evening, but in large part with the running of Anthony Pesolano. And they brought the football, buddy, down to the Seymour 30-yard line in their best possession of the evening. 3:41, a lot of pride on that Naugatuck side of the field in this traditional rivalry between Seymour and Naugatuck. Well, the football resting at the 30-yard line. A great evening, high school football, Southern Connecticut style, and this is Naugatuck Valley League football. And Seymour unblemished in the Valley League, 5-0, and Greyhounds 2-2 in the Naugatuck Valley League. Pesolano off the left side as Naugatuck is creating some holes on that offensive line, although Seymour closed it down rather quickly.
Fullback is the lead blocker for Pesolano as he tried to bump it to the outside, but wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. He fell forward for about a yard. Brings up a second down as Theodosio
I'll tell you, Teodosio was on that stop.
on the stop.
And Nick coming into the game, by far the leading tackler for that Seymour defense. They'll toss, that's to the wide side. Pesolano bounces off a player. I don't know if it was one of his own, but Anthony brought down at the 30, so the Seymour defense starting to stiffen.
Again, I think it's going to be Nick Theodosio who will stop Pesolano as he comes in. Number 68 is going to be in there on the legs of number 44, dragging him down. 3rd and about 10 here for Naugatuck. 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting here in the first half.
Our Telemedia High School football game of the week. Bisson going in motion, 3rd and 10. Play fake over the middle. It's intercepted. Deptula. The pass was intended for Matt Gomes on the play, and Deptula picked it off.
Deptula sitting in his safety position. It's a zone, and this was not a well-thrown football. As you see, Joe Deptula staying where he was supposed to at the depth of the deepest receiver, able to get the pick on about the 1 yard line. So Seymour will start at their own 1, and they've got 2 minutes and 13 seconds here left in this first half.
2:13 remaining here in the first half. And the understatement of the year, it's been all Seymour. It's 49-0. They just run the football on first down. And Buddy mentioned before, you got to think that Seymour's just going to want to run out the remaining time. Holding on to the football was Deptula.
Comes over his right side, finds an opening, picks up good yardage on the quarterback sneak.
Bisson on the stop for Naugatuck.
Gets himself a little distance from the goal line. And again, Seymour not in a hurry. As I think Eddie just said, they're going to be very happy to take 49 points in at halftime here in this first half of what has been all blue and gold.
Buddy, they go to that stacked eye, and Joe just simply holds on to the football.
Naugatuck is going to take a timeout to try and force a punt. As you see, Deptula wanted to get to the outside on the option, thought better of it as he was a step into the end zone and just gets himself back out of trouble. First timeout for the Greyhounds as they will try and force Seymour to punt the football and have at least a couple cracks at getting a score here for themselves here in this first half. So each team has taken 1. Both have 2 timeouts remaining in the first half.
Seymour High School once again had put up 35 points in our first quarter here. And against Naugatuck High School and Paul Sponheimer, when I had a chance to talk with the veteran Seymour coach this week, he reminded me that, you know, how important this game is to both schools in terms of Seymour, Buddy. This is Seymour's oldest continuous rivalry. And, you know, even when Seymour, never mind when Seymour, they're now in the Naugatuck Valley League for these several years, but even before that, way back when you were coaching, when
Dan Heffernan the year I coached here with Dan Heffernan and Bobby Blake, he always talked about this game as being just one of the biggest football games in the Valley. And
well, Deptula wound up and was going for Bucharest, and Gomes applied his calling card.
Behind him, it extended Bucharest. Gomes got a pretty good hit on him. Brings up a punting situation.
But it's just a great rivalry.
Dan Heffernan talked about the rivalry and the history that goes on between these two schools and the fans and how they react to this football game.
McDominal will get it off from his end zone. And a fair catch called for by Gomes at the Seymour 34. So we've got 1 minute and 18 ticks remaining here in the first half of play. Beautiful DeBarber Field, and I know Buddy mentioned it before. The townspeople of Seymour have an awful lot to be proud of in this facility, because Buddy and I remember what this field used to be like years ago, and nothing like it is now. And believe me, they've got a lot more development that they're undertaking here. in Seymour. So the townspeople of Seymour should be awfully, awfully proud of what they've been able to accomplish up here. This is just a great complex. You're only getting a look tonight at the football soccer field. Pesolano on first down. Anthony, the tackle by Taggart.
Pesolano tries to get to that left side following his fullback, Adam Gallo, but just not a lot of running room over there as the blue and gold close it down very quickly, and Naugatuck will take their second timeout here of the second half. They'll have one remaining.
One minute and 8 ticks remaining here in the first half. Seymour leads at 49-0. Well, we referred before to the fact that Coach Sponheimer is the dean of Naugatuck Valley League coaches in his 23rd year as the head coach of Seymour.
Done an outstanding job here at Seymour, and an awful lot of young men have come through this program and are a lot better for the contact with Paul Sponheimer and his staff. They are just a great group of coaches and a great group of gentlemen who've provided an outstanding program here at Seymour. Paul taking over for Dan Heffernan, and who did a great job. And before Joe Gessick, there have been a lot of great coaches here at Seymour High School, and Paul Sponheimer certainly continued the tradition.
Now we've got an infraction coming up against Naugatuck. And the ball brought back to the 37-yard line of Seymour. Second and 12. Football at the 37 of the Cats. And trips are shown to the bottom part of your screen. And White will operate out of the shotgun. High snap, pulls it down, throws to the near sidelines, completes it. That's to Gomes, and Gomes down inside the 20 before it's wrestled down by Buteris and Teodosio. And Naugatuck on the football.
Good throw this time by Darrell White out of the gun. Able to find his favorite receiver, Matt Gomes. Gomes with the catch, able to step around the tackle and pick up good yardage down to the 20.
First down, a high snap, a great catch by White. Just to hold on to the snap was an accomplishment in itself, and Darrell has to eat the football for a loss on the play. Jamie Burns around the football for Seymour, the defensive tackle. Great, outstanding year from the senior, Jamie Burns.
Naugatuck will take the quick timeout. Their last one is they're just trying to get a score here. As we come close to the end of this first quarter, you see Paul Sponheimer there with his staff, Johnny Johnson with the headsets, and just emphasizing to the defense here not to allow a big play. Naugatuck does not have any more timeouts, so just keep the football in front of you, wrap up, and get down at halftime to talk it over.
Well, we talked about the offensive coordinator for Seymour, buddy. Dan Dune is the defensive coordinator for the Seymour Wildcats. Paul Sponheimer leaves an awful lot of coaching to his assistants. I'll tell you, that really, it has to be a spree of court when you have something like that. You have a head coach that's willing to delegate.
Well, just down the road, we've got Jack Hunt, who has allowed that with his staff.
Right.
They've been together. They have a great feeling here at Seymour. Bobby Keller has been with Paul for a long time. They allow the coaches to coach, and you see the success that Seymour has had with that philosophy.
Well, second and 16. Football now at the 26 as time is running down here in the first half. And out of the shotgun is the junior quarterback, White. Incomplete. He was going for McConaughey on the play. Sean McConaughey, Shopblack, and Buteris on coverage for Seymour.
This is not a great throw here. Shot Black, if he's a little bigger, is going to still be running, as he really is in front of the intended receiver. White able to get it over his head, but you don't want to hang anything out in the flat here. You're going to get somebody go the distance on you if it's underthrown. So better to try and get it down the middle, and if it is intercepted, you've got an opportunity to prevent the big return. But right now, I guess Naugatuck is just trying to do whatever they can do to get something on the board.
Trips out to the right, and they're going to put Gomes in motion on 3rd and long, and Darrell White looking for Gomes. And is it picked off or incomplete?
Incomplete, as Deptula came over from his safety position to knock that one down. Gomes just comes in motion, and he just flies to the far corner. This one is a well-thrown football by Darrell White, and Gomes has an opportunity. Watch Deptula at the last minute come in here to just get a part of the football, as Gomes unable to get it, and it brings up a 4th. We've got about 30.7 seconds, so this one either gets a first down or Seymour is going to get the football. And they've got to go about 15 to pick up the first. They've got to get inside the 10 if they want to keep possession of this one or keep this drive going.
4th and 16 at the 26 of Seymour. And Naugatuck looking to get on the board. Again, a high snap from center out of the shotgun, and White is just going to be brought down under a big rush led by Burns on the play, the 6-foot, 208-pound senior defensive tackle.
Again, the high snap throws the timing off. As White steps up, he just runs into some blue. Could not get it off. Seymour will take over. 24 seconds. I'd be surprised if Seymour doesn't take a knee.
I am with you. And they're pretty much scrunched in there, and that's just what's going to happen. That's the proper thing to do, and that's what Seymour does. Tula takes the knee. The clock will run down here. And we have played 1/2 of football from here at the Barber Field in Seymour. Once again, a halftime score. Seymour 49 and Naugatuck nothing. Back with our halftime activities right after this. In Seymour, and we are at halftime, and Buddy's going to attempt, I say attempt, to give the scoring wrap-up here in the first half, and we pretty much think we've got it figured out. 35 points put up by Seymour in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter. And, Buddy, go ahead. It's yours.
Well, Joe Deptula started it with a 25-yard run very early in the first quarter, 10-18. It was a 2-play drive, and Seymour was on the board, 7-0. They came right back. Tursky with a 35-yard pass. He got it down the field. It was a 1-play drive, 8:27 of the first quarter. Tursky came back on a 62-yard drive to score. It was 21. Tursky blocked or covered a punt that was blocked. With 4:05, that was 28. Tursky, 13-yard run as he dove into the corner of the end zone as we ended the first quarter. That was 35. Hebert and Tursky tacked on scores in the second quarter to make it 49. It's been all Seymour. They've done it by pass. They've done it by interception. They've done it by run. They've done it with special teams. They've just done it every way you possibly could do it. It's been a great first half for Seymour, and boy, it's one that the Naugatuck Greyhounds would like to forget.
All right, now I ask you the standard questions at halftime. Well, let's start with Naugatuck, of course. They're out of this football game.
Well, you would think that they're out of it. I know Seymour's down there telling their kids that, boy, this one's not over yet because these kids are going to come back out in the second half. But reality says that to score 7 scores against Seymour here in the second half is going to be very difficult.
All right, if you
are... A
are...
lot of pride factor on the Naugatuck side.
Now, we saw that pride come out in the latter stages of that second quarter. The Greyhounds did mount a drive. They believe the possession started on the 6. We saw them run... We saw Naugatuck run the ball effectively for the first time all evening. Pesolano, nice drive. They eventually turned the ball over on downs to Seymour. So there is that pride. All right, what does Coach Plasky in this up and down season, what does he talk about with his team?
That's what he has to talk about in this
talk about that drive.
Yeah, you've got to just say, look, forget the score. Let's go out and see how much better we can get in the second half, and what happens, happens. And he's got to emphasize to his kids that it's a game of life. You get knocked down, you got to get back up and go play the best you can. And really, pride has got to be important. You've got to go out there and play your best on every play and see how his kids come out and react.
All right, now you're in the Seymour dressing room, and you're Coach Paul Sponheimer. You've got to be really pleased at what you saw. I mean, clicking on all cylinders this evening. What do you tell your football players?
I'm willing to bet, and I'll put money up right now that Paul Sponheimer is down there talking about all the mistakes that they made and telling his kids that they've got to play a better second half, which is exactly what I would do, because you don't want your kids coming out here thinking that they poured the champagne at halftime and it's all over. They've got to come back out and expect a tough second half. And then as the game goes and obviously second half unrolls, if Seymour holds on, then a lot of kids are going to get a chance to play. But Paul Sponheimer is not going to let his kids come up here thinking that the game is over. And that's a mistake that, can happen. Kids are kids, and they look at 49 points, thought it was easy, and it's going to be easy in the second half. And sometimes you come out and you find out that the bee's nest broke open in the second half, and another team is pissed off, and they're going to come play. So you don't want that to happen. And that's what Paul is going to emphasize. He's down there saying, hey, we should have done this, we should have done this, we made this mistake. And although I'll tell you, he's going to have to work hard to find a lot of mistakes, because I don't think Seymour made very many. They just played a great first half.
All right, so there you have it, our halftime score here at the Barber Field in Seymour. Once again, our score is Seymour 49 and Naugatuck nothing. And we'll be coming back with our second half kickoff right after Valley Worthy of Note.
Seymour here at about the 38-yard line.
And I would think that the Naugatuck Greyhounds had quite a talking to by their coaching staff at halftime, because already they look a lot more involved in this football game. Well, that is Deptula running for the first down into Naugatuck territory before he's taken down by Epperson.
Joey Deptula just comes out of the bootleg fake, puts it away, and he is going to run from the moment he turns the corner here. This is a run from the beginning, and Deptula picked up the first down as he crosses midfield there and gets to about the 46.5-yard line of the Greyhounds.
Kukaro along with Siglinger now in the football game at the top of your screen. And they give to the fullback, that's Taggart. And Kevin is wrapped up after a short pickup. Once again, Epperson, who's been inserted at linebacker, and he's played well here in the start of the second half.
He stands up.
Tim Epperson.
Number 15.
Tim is
Kevin Taggart right at the line of scrimmage. And
buddy, Tim is a 5'10", 190-pound junior.
he may be playing himself into the starting lineup.
Taggart into the secondary.
Hebert off to the right side. He slips at the 25-yard line.
And Taggart down to the 25-yard line.
That was Kevin Taggart, sophomore running back.
Taggart just goes off that right side, finds a big opening. And then as he tries to make a cut here, he's just going to slip down. You see Gomes there, but just slips down on about the 25-yard line. So another first down for Seymour.
Now the Cats with that spread offense, single back in the backfield. First down at the 25 of Naugatuck, just underway here in the third quarter. Handoff inside as Joe carries out his fake. Taggart on the carry.
Epperson again there on the stop along with Dietrich. Just the midline, that kind of freeze option as Deptula clears it, allows the ball carrier Kevin Taggart to come right up the middle for about a yard gain.
Tursky a slot to the left side, three wide receivers. And Deptula will hold on to it before he's wrapped up by number 55, that is Bill Freiheit.
Freiheit takes Deptula as he comes around the corner on the option. Again, the freeze option fake inside. As Joe turned the corner, he runs right into big number 55. Freiheit for the stop. No gain on that, and it'll be a 3rd and about 8 for that first down for the Wildcats. They've got to get down inside about the 15-yard line for the first down.
3rd and 8.
And I see the field goal kicker here warming up, so he may find another way for Seymour to score.
Now we're going to have an interference coming up. Deptula was going for Buteris on the play. McConaughey bumped him.
McConaughey did everything he possibly could not to get a flag here, but he's going to get it as Deptula throws it out there, and Buteris could not get up. McConaughey is going to get the penalty. It'll be a half the distance. And it will be a first down for Seymour.
And so they'll mark it off against Naugatuck. It'll bring up an automatic first down at the 12-yard line. So Seymour has it, knocking on the door again at the Naugatuck 12. They already lead it 49-0. I formation. That's running out of that fullback spot, Kevin Brown. Brown down to the 8-yard line.
Ride fake in there by the quarterback, Joe Deptula, allows Brown to keep it. Naugatuck closes it down at about the 8-yard line, so it'll be a second down, about 6 for the Wildcat offense.
Second down coming up for the Cats. Deptula holds on off the right side, and Deptula in for the touchdown. Joe Deptula. Outstanding senior quarterback, 5'10", 165 pounds.
Watch after the fake how he does an excellent job of forcing the contain to widen, allowing him to turn up inside. Again, nobody there on Deptula as he turns the corner. Able to get it in the end zone. He has outstanding speed and able to utilize it as he gets to the point of attack and into the end zone, as he will now become the holder for the extra point.
And Vic Domino to attempt that extra point. And Buddy mentioned Deptula, the holder. And again, Vic Domino's been perfect this evening. Our new score here, 7:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It is Seymour 56, Naugatuck nothing. Back after this.
Classic Kitchens and Baths offers more. More choices, more features, and now custom fabricated countertops. The staff at Classic Kitchens and Baths are certified fabricators and installers of all major brands, including Corian. Only Corian gives you the best return on your investment, the most design options, and the longest lasting beauty. Free in-home consultations, professional installations. Classic Kitchens and Baths is your complete cabinet and countertop design center. Buy direct and save. 101 Elizabeth Street Plaza on the Green Derby.
Dad, can I have a puppy?
No, sorry.
Why not, please?
We are not getting a dog.
Come on.
Oh,
Pretty, please?
I'll think about it.
A cute, fluffy puppy.
Oh,
I'll walk it.
yeah, sure.
You'll love it.
Okay.
Get your message heard. Telemedia advertising. Advertising that works.
Welcome back to DeBarber Field, and in the middle of your picture, all bundled up, is Seymour coach Paul Sponheimer. Tell you, that's a concession to age, buddy. Because
Coach used to wear those shorts for the entire
that
season.
ski cap?
First time I've seen him with the ski cap.
Yeah.
New look for Coach, but certainly has to be a very happy coach right now, as we saw him before the game, and there was a nervous guy on the sidelines as we talked to him, and his football team certainly has relieved the nervous pressure that he felt here with this 56-0 lead here in the 3rd quarter.
And we want to take the time to welcome our viewers in the tri-state region on the Madison Square Garden Network. Vic Domino to kick it off. Bouncing around. And might have been Darrell. Is that a 44? That's Pesolano on the return. Anthony Pesolano. And the Greyhounds will get their first crack with the football in the second half.
Bounces around, and Pesolano gets it at about the 19. Able to get it 11 yards up the field, close to the 30-yard line, where Naugatuck will start their first possession here of this second half.
And they have it at the 28. And out of the I formation, Pesolano ran well in the later stages of that second quarter. Pesolano taken down by Bell. A good pickup on first down. Anthony, the senior tailback.
Straight ahead play, a lot of new defensive players in there for Seymour. Pesolano able to pick up about 5 on that first down carries. He got the ball out to the 33-yard line, and gonna have to dig deep here to get some names very shortly here, Edward.
Yeah, well, we've got on our chart, we've got some of the backups. Matt Bordeaux now in at defensive end for Seymour. And again, Pesolano outside the 35 to the 36.
Pesolano is looking for an opening, doesn't find it this time, as comes up short of the first down. Good job inside by that Seymour defensive front, closing it down, brings up a third and a makeable first down, about 2.5 yards for Naugatuck.
At the 37 of Naugatuck. Gomes to the top part of your screen. Out of the I formation, that's Bisson, who will go in motion. And he'll give to the deep back, Pesolano. Anthony is going to push forward for what I believe is a Naugatuck first down.
Good second effort by Anthony Pesolano as he just comes behind his fullback. Looks like he might be stopped and then continues his leg drive enough to pick up that extra yardage for the first down at the 40-yard line.
Siglinger on the tackle, the 5'11", 148-pound senior. And Joe now in at one of the defensive secondary spots. And they'll give to the up back, Gallo. Adam Gallo for a short pickup on first down.
Quick trap up inside, and Seymour closes it down. Phil's right behind the trap man, right down on the ground, number 61, with first contact. Tommy Bell stopping the ball carrier, Adam Gallo, for maybe a half a yard.
Gomes out to the top part of your screen. Bisson in the flanker in the slot position. I formation, 2nd and 9. Darrell back to throw, wings it out, completes it. That's to Bisson. And Bisson will pick up a first down at the 45 of Seymour before it's taken down by Bucaris and Teodosio.
White does a good job of getting the football into the flat to his receiver as he just runs an out route, able to turn it up for the first down as he crosses into Seymour territory at about the 46-yard line.
So Naugatuck has come alive offensively here. And on the option, the toss, it goes to Pesolano, and a fortunate bounce right into the hands of Anthony, and he advances it for positive yardage before Teodosio takes him down at the 41 of Seymour.
Pesolano was going to get a good hop on the dribble as it ball bounced and then came right back up to him, and he's able to continue on and pick up about 6 on that option play as White able to get the football to the outside.
Mike Hicks checks in at the one of the defensive tackle spots. Mike 6'4", 249-pound sophomore. So you could see the Seymour sprinkling in a lot of the younger players in the third quarter. To the short side, that's Darrell White. He holds on to the football, and he is crunched right at the line of scrimmage. And number 63, Hicks, was around the football for Seymour.
Belly ride out of that, the option, and White forced to turn back up inside. Unable to get any yardage. Is a good job by Seymour in forcing the quarterback to turn into the wash, so to speak, and the pursuit able to pick him off. Third down, no gain for Naugatuck, so it's going to be about a 3rd and 5 here with 3:04 left in this third quarter.
Ball at the almost at the 40-yard line of Seymour. Second time in a ball game Naugatuck has gotten it into Seymour territory. Darrell back to the throw, Has a receiver out there.
Picked off.
Intercepted.
Bucharest. This guy has got great hands. Watch now. It looked as if this one was going to be incomplete, and Bucharest just goes out and grabs it. Dive and a catch, and Seymour will take over.
Buddy, our viewers might remember, too, that Matt had broken his wrist in the final scrimmage Seymour had before the season against Brantford, and has been playing, started the season against Shelton, playing in that cast. And if I get a chance later on, I'll tell you about what Paul Sponheimer says about when that cast is going to come off. First down.
Got a new quarterback in here for Seymour.
That would be Bisadecki, I would think.
Number 2.
Yeah, Jeff Bisadecki is the quarterback.
Comes with the option. Doesn't find any place to go. Does a good job of holding on to it and just preventing a turnover. Bobby Kello there talking to his young quarterback, and Mr. Bisolano is going to get a lot of opportunity here to play some football here with 2:20 left.
Buddy, I simply asked Paul, when is that cast coming off? And Paul says, listen, this kid's playing too well with the cast on, so they just actually the wrist is healing very well at this point, and I suspect it'll be off soon. Running the football, that is Tursky. We've got a new quarterback, Jeff Bisadecki, the 5'9", 160-pound senior.
Hebert, Tursky, Brown. Who's next? Is this one Tursky takes, again, right up the middle by Solano with the handoff. Tursky with good yardage, close to the first down for Seymour. Finally wrapped up by Bison and company, but it'll be a third and a very makeable 1 yard for that Seymour offense.
Kukuro along with Singlinger to the top part of your screen, I formation for the Cats, keeping it rather basic here in the second half. That's Tursky stacked up for a loss on the play. So Seymour will punt it away, and Vicdomino coming into the game.
Tursky stood up at the line of scrimmage. He actually lost the yard. Seymour forced to punt the football. An unusual position for Seymour here this evening.
Vicdomino inside his 30 steps up, and he gets it off and on a bounce. That's fielded by Gomes, and Gomes takes a pop, and that is wrestled down by the second defender. That's Kevin Brown.
So Naugatuck will take over, 1st and 10 from the 24 with 36
Singlinger got the first hit, and then Gomes gets away from the first pop. Finally wrapped up, but Singlinger there just doesn't hold on, and coming in to make the stop is number 25, and that is Kevin Brown, playing fullback and special teams. A little bit of defense for the young man.
Kevin also has been that starting defensive end too, buddy, and first down for Naugatuck outside their 20-yard line.
Ooh. Somebody got a pop, and I think it was Kevin Brown. But somebody got him first. Was that Kevin, or? I think it was Kevin got him second. I think number 61 is going to get him first.
That would be Bell.
Tommy Bell with a good hit. Yeah, Tommy got him first. Tursky, Brown with help, but good hit by Tommy Bell as we are close to the end of this third quarter.
2nd and 9 for the Greyhounds at their 25. And this should be the last play of the quarter. On the option, they'll toss it to Pesolano. Pesolano picks up some pretty good yardage out across the 30-yard line, where he's taken down and by Kukuro and Bucharest.
Just the lead option. You saw White step back, get the ball to Pesolano. He'll turn the corner, but he gets hit pretty good on the corner by number 84.
Kukuro first got to him. Buddy, we have completed the third quarter of play here at the Barber Field in Seymour. Third quarter score is Seymour 56, Naugatuck nothing.
Our home is now in Connecticut. That's right, 2%. New Concepts Realty Group is new in name only and has over 20 years of experience in the New Haven and Fairfield County areas. We also have plans in the 3% range that include the powerful multiple listing service. So if you're interested in selling your home fast and putting all that savings in your pocket, why not give us a call?
Is one night of ecstasy worth this to you? For more information or to make a tax-deductible donation, call the Valley Substance Abuse Action Council at 736-8566.
Welcome back to DeBarber Field as we enter the fourth and final quarter of play here in this Naugatuck Valley League game, or Telemedia High School football game of the week. 3rd and 4 for the Greyhounds, looking to get on the board for the first time this evening. That's to Cooper Nolan from Darrell White, and Cooper, the junior tight end, with a good gain before he's dropped by Matt Gutierrez.
This is the bootleg action coming across the field. The tight end, Nolan, is really wide open. Good catch, and then a nice run after the completion as he gets the ball across midfield to the Seymour 46-yard line. You see Matt Bucaris there, drags him down, but a good first down, or a good conversion for Naugatuck as they've got a first down.
Bisson in motion on first down, and he's going to get the carry, the inside scissors look. Chris Bisson into the secondary inside the 30-yard line before a few of the Cats get to him, led by Kevin Taggart and Sean Quayle.
Short motion, scissors, good blocks. Bell unable to drag him down right at the line of scrimmage, and then a good run for the first down inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line of Seymour.
First down for the Hounds, their deepest penetration of the evening. McConaughey running the football, now in at tailback. Sean, a junior, a 5'11", 150-pound junior.
Fullback with the lead block, allowing McConaughey to come behind him. He'll get about 2 on that carry, second down. A lot of young players getting an opportunity on both sides of the football to play here in this fourth period.
Second down for Naugatuck. And they'll toss to Pesolano. Cuts it back in. Anthony with a good pickup on second down, close to the 20-yard line. Again.
Get the pitch here as Pesolano cuts back. Bell gets a piece of him. Pesolano drags himself free, picks up a couple extra yards before he's wrapped up.
Quayle and Hicks on the stop for Seymour, buddy.
Third down.
3rd and 4, Bud at the 21-yard line. I formation. New fullback for the Greyhounds. That's Kevin Brousseau in at the senior fullback.
Going to come up short of the yardage necessary as they just run the blast.
That's Pesolano.
Pesolano really runs into a lot of blue jerseys. He stood up at the hole, falls forward for about a yard. Get a look at the crowd here. Boudreau, Matt on the stop for Seymour. Still a very good crowd considering the score here, and it has gotten a little bit chillier in this second half. Big fourth down here for Naugatuck.
Fourth and less than a yard. Bisson will go in motion. We've got, we might have had a Seymour encroach on the neutral zone. If they weren't drawn, this will be a first down for Naugatuck. That's the call. Ball brought down to the 13-yard line. So first down for Naugatuck. Looking to get on the board. Darrell White has gotten his instructions from the Naugatuck sidelines, and the Greyhounds break the huddle. Bisson in motion. And to give us to Pesolano. Pesolano down to the 5.
Gallo with the fullback. I'm not sure where Gallo's still in there, but Pesolano breaks free at about the 10, gets down close to the 5-yard line. So it'll be a second down at the 5. They've got to get to about the 2 for the first down, looking to get some points on the football or on the board here.
2nd and 3. Hand to Gallo. Gallo is going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play. A couple of the Cats got to him, led by Tom Bell, the 5'10", 204-pound senior linebacker.
This one does not look good as it begins here. There's a little bit of a counter, and the fullback really does not get going as Gallo just has nowhere to go. Loses about 3 on that one, and that's not the kind of play you want to run on the goal line area. You want to get as quick as you can to the line of scrimmage.
First to get to Gallo on that last play was Hicks, a big sophomore defensive tackle.
Seymour cheerleaders giving the spelling lesson here on the sidelines.
They're down. Throwing it into the end zone is White. He was going for Gomes on the play, or was that Pesolano? No, Gomes was the intended receiver. Incomplete.
Gomes tries to get out, running out. Sicklinger with a good job on coverage, preventing the completion. Brings up a 4th down here for the Greyhounds. So they've got to get to about the 2-yard line for a first, as they are about at the 7.
4th and a long 4 for Naugatuck. White rolling to the right side, and White is going to pick up that first down. And a 1st and goal coming up for the Naugatuck Greyhounds. Darrell White, the fine junior quarterback.
Comes out of the bootleg, and as he sees, looks at the corner, there's no one there, and he is going to try and get in. He'll come up about a yard short, but he does pick up the first down. And I have to laugh because I'm watching Coach Paul Swanheimer down here, and the hat just went. He knew that that play was going outside. He was trying to get his guys out there. They didn't react in time. And
touchdown Naugatuck out of the wishbone. Might have been Chris Bisson.
Let's see if we can pick it up here. Is it?
Yep, that's a 32.
Number 32.
He spins away.
Gets into the end zone for the Greyhounds.
And all he had to do was break the plane. So Chris Bisson, the 5'10", 160-pound junior, and on that play, halfback, and most of the time he's been out on the in the flanker spot for the Greyhounds on offense. And Chris, of course, has played an awful lot of defense this evening for Naugatuck in the secondary. So Naugatuck gets on the board, and Rob Rentz to attempt the point after. It's wide, and our new score, though, with 7:01 remaining in the game, Seymour 56 and Naugatuck 6. Back after this.
The new Valley Chevrolet. Great deals, great service, great selection.
Welcome back to DeBarber Field. So Naugatuck has gotten on the board. It was Chris Bisson taking it in from 1 yard out. The extra point attempt was no good. And Rob Rentz's kickoff to Taggart. And Taggart is whacked on special teams. There was a 50 number for Naugatuck.
Billy Freiheit got the
nice
stop.
hit.
Watch Freiheit just break through and make the stop right there. An excellent tackle by Billy. A good job as Seymour will start at the 24-yard line.
And once again, we'd like to welcome our viewers in the tri-state region on the MSG network. First down for Seymour, taking over after the Naugatuck kickoff by Sadecki, the quarterback. Taken down from behind by number 58. That's Josh Beliciano.
By Sadecki, you look at him right there, was taken down from behind. got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll take a play back into the huddle for a 2nd and 10. And all that we're interested in right now, Edward, is to our right.
A scoreboard. And that scoreboard clock.
How fast Jimmy Carey can run that clock.
Jimmy Carey, the official with the timekeeping duties up here in the press box.
Big hole there.
Running the football. That's number 21 for the Cats running the football.
Number
or is it 31?
31, Edward.
Mike Happy.
Big hole for Happy as he comes over the right side. Good job by the fullback as he kicks out, allows him to come through, pick up excellent yardage for the first down across the 30 to about the 34-yard line for the Wildcats.
And Gomes on the stop for the Greyhounds. First down for the Cats at their 34. Fourth quarter action. Again, Happy taking the handoff from Sadecki.
Same play this time. As Happy gets right to the line of scrimmage, he's going to catch a leg. Somebody's leg comes out there. His own blocker tripped over it, wrapped up as he fell forward for maybe a half-a-yard gain on that first down carry. And stands are starting to empty out here at the Barber Field as we wind this one down.
Second down, I formation. Again, Happy just handing it off to the tailback.
Tried to come with the scissors, and there's a lot of penetration on the back side. Watch as they try and get that little inside handoff, and too much penetration. No gain. Big third here for Seymour.
Well, we've got the younger Tursky in there now at fullback, Eric Tursky. 3rd and 10. Football at the 35. The Cats have it at their own 35. Sadecki to the wide side, holding on to the football. He's going to be taken down on the play.
Got a flag in the middle of that one. Has to be a hold. Kevin Moreland there signals the hold, and it will go against Seymour. Decline it. Watch as Sadecki comes out of this one and tries to get to the outside. The outside receiver here has contact with the corner. And in the middle of all that, you're going to see that yellow flag come in there, and Seymour will kick the football to the Greyhounds.
Well, Vic Domino will kick it away. A fair catch called for on the other end by number 34 for the Naugatuck Greyhounds, and that's Russ Barrow, sophomore. So with 4 minutes and 6 ticks remaining, Naugatuck will take over the football after the Seymour punt at their 31-yard line. Buddy, let's thank our spotter this evening from the Seymour Wildcats. An injured player would have been in that in the football game. His name is Matt Tift. Thanks for Matt's work up here in the press box. And let's pass along this information that in this break time that first of all, yeah, okay, I know we're looking at your foliage now.
I mean, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, I know, it's beautiful, yes. Okay, Seymour.
I mean, it is beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful. I admit it's beautiful. Seymour.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Okay, next week the Cats will be going up to Waterbury to face a very improved Sacred Heart team at this point. So, although you gotta like Seymour's chances until they, you know,
I like them right into the CIAC playoff. I'll tell you.
And the Greyhounds are going to be at home. Torrington will be up at the Veterans Field in Naugatuck next weekend. We've got a new quarterback in for the Naugatuck Greyhounds. Mike Cushman, the sophomore quarterback.
And Mike hands off to the fullback. Just a straight ahead run. Looks like fullback carrying that time was Kevin Brousseau, and he'll pick up about 4 on that first down carry. We're scrambling for the rosters here now because it is certainly
Adam Walker on that last stop.
number 24 carried for the Naugatuck Greyhounds.
That's Kyle Raskowski.
Raskowski gets the handoff, just runs into a big blue jersey there. Mike Hicks for the stop. And he's 6'4". He's a big young man for that Seymour football team. And little handkerchief in the middle of that. And Naugatuck is going to pick up 15 on what would be a personal foul, some type of a personal foul penalty.
Yeah, it's late. And we'll bring the football out close to midfield. So Naugatuck with the first down. 3 minutes and change left here. 56 for Seymour, 6 for Naugatuck, as Seymour is going to go to 6-1 on the season, 6-0 in the Naugatuck Valley League. And as we run down the remaining time, might have been Raskowski again, Raskowski running the football.
Nothing fancy, just a solid.
No, that's a 27.
Blast.
That's Kevin Antolini running the football.
Antolini just has nowhere to go.
And Sean Hayden on the stop for Seymour. But Naugatuck will drop to, the Greyhounds are going to drop to 2-4 and 2-3 in the NVL. And once again, one of those losses really by virtue of a forfeit against Watertown in the second weekend of the season for using an ineligible player. Second down, 34 with the football. That's Barrow, and he stopped by Singlinger.
Ball carrier, as he hits the line, just tries to go straight. He stretches it out, and Singlinger gets in there for the stop. 3rd and 10.
And also in on the stop for Seymour in the last play, Dave Wilczewski. Now in the secondary. 3rd down, right at midfield for the Hounds. Cushman is the quarterback. And running the football, the up back, the fullback. Let me get a look at that number. That's 40. That is Brusso, Kevin Brusso, the 6'1", 210-pound senior.
Fullback just comes in, does an excellent job of picking up about 8, making it a convertible 4th and 2. Tackle made that time by Ben Deptula. We've heard that name.
Younger brother of Joe Deptula. So the Naugatuck Greyhounds have called a timeout. And we will remind our viewers that we're going to be taking off next week, and we'll be back 2 weeks henceforth. And we're going to keep it in the Naugatuck Valley League. We're going to be going up to Veterans Field in Naugatuck for another traditional game with Naugatuck and Holy Cross of Waterbury. So. .117 remaining. And just to quickly recap in this football game, with a 56-6 score, Seymour basically put it away in the first quarter. 35 points, tacked on 14 more in the second quarter. And pretty much has kept it very, very basic here after that 49-0 halftime lead in 56-6. Quarterback is Cushman, and he hands off to the fullback, piled on.
They are not going to make the first down. This one just goes nowhere as the fullback never got to the line of scrimmage. Seymour is going to take over, and they are going to run the clock out here with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go in this, what has been a very successful football game for the Seymour Wildcats.
And don't forget that right after the game, we'll be coming back with our Naugatuck Savings Bank Player of the Game, as the Cats will just run down the remaining time. By Sadecki, the quarterback. Hands off to Happy. Under a minute to go in the football game.
Happy at the tailback, just tries to get to the line of scrimmage. He's unable to do so, but
Siglinger will go to the top part of your picture. Quarterback is Jeff Bisadecki. And he hands off to the fullback, number 28 for the Cats. Tursky, running like a Tursky. Running like...
he's got some big shoes to fill if he wants to follow in his brother's footsteps.
That's a terrific player.
Does a good job, though, of finding an opening, picking up excellent yardage, as we are not going to get another play, and we are going to get a chance to go.
Mike Ryan on that last stop, buddy, and you are right. We have concluded matters here at the Barber Field